He was zoom in. All right, folks. We'll let a few people get in. We just ended a long live stream on this build. We took it offline, did some reworking, took some of the suggestions at the end, so I'm going to throw some props to CryptoMind. We'll throw a link to his channel too and some ideas on getting this, but as you can see, we got it going now, all 7 GPUs. This just has this was the modification that we did on the STRIX in the last video to that was optimized for power, but yet still some timing adjustments on it. So we're talking almost 28 megahash, right at 28 megahash. It's a 27.948, so this is a 195 megahash rig now. We got our settings for power here, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what we did to make this work on this video. We're not going to do a long live stream here. So we're at about 1300 power with all of the 7 cards. It's 1328. I think we could probably get that down lower if we did some other adjustments and stuff. We're not going to do that tonight, but right now for 7 cards, 1300. Some of that also has to do with, this is, you know, it's an i3 board. This is bigger, and it's got an extra powered riser on it. That's not normal. That's an extra 50 watts, almost 50 watts there. Plus an extra, you know, 90 to 100 for the other graphics card. So I think we can shave probably about 100 watts off this and get this down to about 1200. But what I'm going to go through right now is to kind of explain on how we, after the 3-hour live stream, how we turned this and got this working, and then just last hour that we were offline. So I'm going to put this off to the side. So pretty much we just did another fresh install of Windows 10, and right when it first came up, we made sure that we took some advice from CryptoMind and went with a different driver. We loaded 17.4.3 on there, which does a lot of conflicting with the BIOS mods that we have here. It has the driver sign issue. So we went ahead and went with, well, I guess what they had been using for, what he had been using for success, that's been successful for him, is 16.10.3. So the driver set that we're running on this is 16.10.3, October 27th. That's all the GPUs right away. So fresh install Windows. These plugged into, I don't know where I put the motherboard box at, but the it's the ASUS Prime 270 AR with the 7 slots. That's the motherboard. We'll put the details on the bottom of this video. Motherboard plugged right in, fresh copy of Windows, and then this driver, and pretty much it worked right out of the gate. The BIOS settings that we had to do, so that there was some change there. I'm gonna shut that off real quick. I'm gonna restart. It might be a little more like. I think I put it right up. Oh, missed the BIOS. This thing rebooted pretty quick.
Now it does.
I'm gonna shut this down. I'm gonna get into the BIOS and explain what we did. That way, if you buy this board and you buy 7 cards and 7 risers, and at least, I'd probably go right now with just looking at the power usage that we're talking about. You're automatically into at least a 13 G2. I would honestly try to get like a 1500 AX if you're gonna go 7 cards. You could probably get away with it if we do some more voltage playing around with these and drop them further. You could probably stay under the 1200 threshold, but under advanced mode and under what was the device configuration, so under the onboard devices, I went ahead and just turned off the audio controller. There's no real need for that. I disabled this USB 3.1 controller because we're not really doing that. These things I didn't mess with. The platform, we'll start from the top. The platform piece, I just left all those disabled. That's all the advanced power management stuff. That's all disabled. System agent stuff, just left the VTD disabled. We didn't need any advanced virtualization on there. This, didn't touch this, left this enabled. PCH controlling right here. So all this stuff we left, we did not touch any of this. This all has to do with just the actual storage configuration. All that's good. Did not touch any of this, which is the advanced PCH configuration. Did not left the Thunderbolt disabled. No need for that. Under advanced configuration down here, serial port, I turned that off. No need for that either. I left the RGB lighting on because it looks cool. APM configuration. This, normally I turn this on, I didn't right now, but this is if it loses AC power source, you usually want to have that on, just in case your power goes out and you're somewhere and you want the rig to come back up and fire up. And when Windows boots, you can set it to automatically launch, through the startup wizard. You can have it start that bat that kicks off your ETH miner or your mining config. You just need to do another separate configuration in Windows to do that, but that's good to repower back on your device. Network stack config, we left that disabled. Smart drive, USB configuration, we did not touch any of that. On that piece there, monitoring, I believe we didn't touch any of this. Left all that stuff there. Under the boot, this was the critical and piece area, and then a few people did mention in here, and this is what really kind of threw it over, at least for the 7th slot. This above 4G decoding that has to be enabled. That was default turned off. So much props to the folks mentioning that. Sorry we missed it on the first thread. That has to be enabled. That was the only other thing that we changed in this, and then we saved. Obviously, we're just saving. I just did the power restart there just for this particular thing. That was it. So we made those changes, had a fresh copy of Windows 10, and then loaded the driver set that we just talked to. It sat there and went through its normal gyration where it goes blank a few times. It comes back, and then you just shut it down, let it reboot after it's done with all that, and it's all 7 GPUs, no problem on this board. So it was a 3-hour ordeal of missing some of the obvious, 4-hour ordeal of missing some of the obvious on the other video. So I'm going to make sure I put on that header, failure. Do not watch these 4 hours if you don't want to waste a lot of your life on seeing a lot of fail. This is why we're doing this one real quick. I'm not going to do this one. We're going to be on for another 2 minutes here, and then we'll kill the stream. We'll answer some questions if anybody has any questions, and then we'll kill the stream. I just wanted to show, here we'll show Windows Device Manager here.
CryptoMine wants to know what drivers you ended up using.
The ones that you recommended, CryptoMine, the
1610.
And right there you can see, I don't know if you can probably see them in there if we'll zoom in.
I'll do that.
I think the 4G decoding and then those drivers with a fresh build of the OS, everything works fine. I mean, we haven't loaded any of the base drivers for the board or anything like that. You can still see I believe that's the Bluetooth probably on the board that's not loaded, but you see all 7 GPUs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're all there. And again, these cards we had not messed with the actual. I believe we have these set to just like 2030 or something, just very low. And then we backed some of the voltages down, saved that as an image, and then we uploaded that for you guys to download. We didn't do a lot of crazy timings on these. These things can pull about 29. But here, we'll restart it again for you to see that.
Jeffrey Adair asks, "Are you hiring?"
Not hiring. So right there you can see 7 GPUs and they're rolling through. So I guess the next target's going to be, we did order a couple of those 3 expanders with the extra power. Just with what these things were pulling from the PCI bus, I was scared to use them, to be honest with you. But I see there's people that's posting using them. I mean, maybe that's the next step on something like this, is try to turn this rig into like a 10 card rig or something. I mean, if I'm going to have to keep a 1600 T2 on this thing, then I'm going to get this thing close to 1600 watts, which gives me a headroom for another couple cards at least. But, and there she is locking in just under 200 mega hash for this particular rig. So it would be just over 200 mega hash if I modified the timings to like 2100 on the memory.
I wonder if EthOS would work now that we set the above 4G decoding.
It's a good question.
That's a good question to be answered for a different video.
Yes, that's a good question to be answered for a different video. We'll post and see if this will work in Linux for another build, but it's good to see this.
CryptoMine says, "Fuck EthOS."
Yeah. I mean, Windows is okay, man. If it's you turn off the auto updating, you turn off all the stuff that goes and hits the. So when you're installing Windows, you got to do the advanced selection. I skipped through it on this one. I should have showed you guys, but you got to turn off the stuff there's an option in there that says that it will download updates on demand and it will upload to other PCs. That's kind of Microsoft's version of peer-to-peer stuff. So if you ever see your network connection at 2 a.m. fly up, or if you're monitoring your network and you see your MCSE service, spiking, at weird times, that's Microsoft taking advantage of the your gracious acceptance to their EULA in the beginning and having that flag turned on into the installation of the OS to contribute your bandwidth to help distribute updates and stuff. And
is this Claymore or ETH9?
This is Claymore 9.2. So we have not downloaded 9.3. I don't know if 9.3 matters. I mean, you know what? We might as well try it real quick. 9.3 just came out today, right?
Jeffrey Adair asks, "Where's your solar generator at? What's the kilowatt hour rate?"
The kilowatt.
Yeah.
Let's see. go. First Mega. We're gonna go ahead and try before we shut down this stream 9.3 and just see if we get a bump from where we're at right now. I don't know if he optimized the miner, but we're at 27.9 on these right now. Let's look at here is Catalyst 429. This is it. Download. Extract all, browse, desktop's fine, select folder, extract, close this. I'm gonna grab the start out of this, copy into 9.3. I'm gonna overwrite the one that's here. Why isn't my right click working? There we go. Paste, replace, start. All right, so this is Claymore 9.3. That started up a lot faster. 7 cards. New firewall, acceptance. Looks exactly the same. 95.389. Looks like these GPUs are holding about 62 Celsius. I'm just seeing if it spikes any. No, 90. It's the same. So Claymore 9.3 confirmed, saying did not new version 9.3 did not change at least this configuration. I mean, you may have different results. I don't know. I didn't read what his update was about. But from a optimization of the mining algorithm or the mining processing, was not for at least these cards. So banging out at almost 200 mega hash. So I don't know if Jason's been answering your questions, but if you guys don't have any other questions, we'll end this. I just wanted to make sure you guys see that it was possible, kind of what we did. Again, this was a community effort, so I value the contributions to make sure make sure that we were able to get this one done. We have a few more things. I'm going to take some other video and we'll get some more content out for you next week. Again, I'm out of town, but I've taken a lot of different video and very specifically, and I'll do some proper episode videos, not live streams, but episode videos for you. More specifically and tactically, 5-10 minute videos that are straight and to the point and are edited and cleaned up for you. So thanks for retuning in, guys. I don't even know what our
ZHD has one last question.
Yeah, sure.
Can you use a gaming PC to do Bitcoin?
To do Bitcoin?
Yeah. Yes, technically.
Technically, yes. No, I would never do that with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So
not with Bitcoin. It's just not effective enough.
You got to use one of the alt currencies. There's a lot of research you can do out there to figure out which one for your gaming PC. But you can absolutely use your PC to mine another coin to then convert it to Bitcoin. So
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I encourage people to hedge. You don't have to go out and spend a whole bunch of money to buy one of these things. You can use your current PC. It's just...
Yeah, you're just not going to get enough hashing power out of your PC on Bitcoin.
No, not on Bitcoin, for other coins, but yeah. So, if you guys don't have anything else, we're going to end this one. It's probably the shortest live stream I've ever done.
20 minutes.
20 minutes. But I wanted to show we got her through, got it done, and we'll catch you guys on the next one here.
Jeff Adair says internship starts when?